Good morning, SKN. I'm Hortensia Carty. I'm the lone soldier today. My co-host is out sick. Jamie, we wish you a speedy recovery. And as my glasses would say, Happy New Year, y'all. Happy New Year and welcome to our first show of this year. We're happy you would have joined us. So go tell your friends, message your family, message everybody that you need to message and let them know that Good Morning SKN is on as we begin our first show for the new year. On this day, January 4th, we begin with the latest in local news. This from Win Media. The winners have been announced for the Sugar Mass street activities. The announcement was made by St. Kitts and Nevis National Carnival Chairwoman, Ms. Shannon Hawley. Here are the results. Grand Parade Awards, Troop of the Year, Ultra with 616 points. Second place, Lux with 534 points. Third place, Naughty Mass with 359 points. Section of the Year, Ultra Carnival. Sugar Mass with 66 points. Spirit of Carnival, Ultra Mass with 103 points. King of the Band, Lux Glenroy, that's Mr. Glenroy Marshall with 576 points. And Queen of the Bands, Lux Kayla Morton with 539 points. First troop to launch was Fun Vibes. Juve Awards winner for the Best Large Troop Award was awarded to Chatterbox. First runner-up was the Red Devils, and second runner-up is Grandmasters Addicts. Winner of the Best Small Troop was Jab Jab. The Road March winner is Grandmasters with their song Outside Again. First runner-up is the Small Axe Band with Kick Them Off the Wall. And the second runner-up is Upset Squad with Cowbell. Lovely. So congratulations to everybody who would have won the Carnival Awards. We continue now. St. Kitts and Nevis receives timely UNESCO technical assistance on education policy development. This from SKNIS. A few days into the new year, UNESCO confirmed to the government of St. Kitts and Nevis some positive developments. This has resulted in the Twin Island Federation being identified for high-level expertise and assistance in developing its education policy framework. Following months of intense efforts, submitting proposals to and lobbying at UNESCO headquarters in Paris on the basis of some five substantive technical assistance projects identified by the St. Kitts and Nevis National Commission for UNESCO, 2 central projects have been approved by UNESCO experts with funds just under US $50,000. These encompass implementing an institutional framework for professionalizing the teaching force and strengthening the Federation's accreditation systems and processes of higher level qualifications. Ms. Dorothy Warner, Secretary General of the St. Kitts and Nevis National Commission for UNESCO, explained in quote, the National Commission formulated 5 distinct projects under the UNESCO Biannual Participation Program. These were submitted to solicit technical assistance of up to US $26,000 per project under this program. UNESCO provides assistance to its member states in the organization's field of competence covering education, natural science, social science, culture, communication, and information. End quote. The Federation will soon start working with a UNESCO-appointed expert who will guide the Ministry of Education in the development of a national teacher qualification framework aimed at enhancing and targeting teacher recruitment and the design and development of a national teacher education curriculum framework for pre-service teacher education. Parade Day returns with a very large turnout as we continue this from SKN Vibes. After a 2-year hiatus due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the National Carnival Committee has returned a successful parade day that was supported by hundreds of revelers and thousands of onlookers. Shannon Hawley said, and quote, it has been amazing. As you can see, there have been thousands of participants on the road, revelers with over 10 troops from 17 folklore troops, 8 mass band. It has been spectacular, end quote. Prior to the start of the pandemic in 2020, the 2019 Carnival Parade was also deemed a success with a large turnout. With the return of the street parade, there was a high expectation among all involved, including tourists, citizens, and residents. The National Carnival Committee has already started taking notes as it begins working on plans for the 2023-2024 celebrations. And according to Ms. Hawley, that work would start in earnest after celebrations wrap up with the prize giving ceremony and the paying of service providers. The chair disclosed that Sugar Mass would be officially launched later this month in order to attract regional and international visitors and ensure that it is slotted in on the calendar for visitors. Now for the weather, it is partly cloudy with a high of 80 and a low of 72 degrees Fahrenheit. We do recommend that you stay tuned. Regional and international news after this short.
Cheers.
An exotic experience.
Oh, come in.
Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events, from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
For those of you who are just joining us, welcome back to Good Morning SKN as we continue now with the latest in regional news. This from Loop, Caribbean. The 4 passengers who were on board a small private plane that crashed yesterday morning off the coast of Grand Turk in the Turks and Caicos Islands have been found alive. A fisherman was involved in their rescue. The Royal Turks and Caicos Islands Police Force, in a statement issued, said following an intensive and exhaustive combined operation, it can confirm the 4 individuals involved in the aircraft crash were rescued around 3:39 p.m. Commenting on the rescue, Acting Assistant Superintendent of Police Michael Francois thanked the public for their assistance. He said, and quote, "I especially want to thank fisherman Kelly Talbot, who did an exceptional job in this rescue. He displayed courage and selflessness by placing his life on the line, end quote. The four were on board a small private aircraft en route from St. Kitts to Providenciales when difficulties were reported in the vicinity of Grand Turk. We continue now with international news. This from CNN. The lying in state of former Pope Benedict, who died Saturday at the age of 95, began on Monday in St. Peter's Basilica in the Vatican City ahead of his funeral later this week. Benedict, who was the first pontiff in almost 600 years to resign his position rather than hold office for life, passed away on December 31st at a monastery in the Vatican City, according to a statement from the Vatican. He was elected Pope in April 2005 following John Paul II's death. The former Pope's body was moved from the monastery to St. Peter's Basilica on Monday morning, where it was laid out for the faithful to bid farewell, the Vatican said. Benedict's funeral will be held at 9:30 a.m. local time on Thursday in St. Peter's Square in the Vatican City. According to the director of the press office of the Holy See, Matteo Bruni, the funeral will be led by Pope Francis in line with Benedict's wishes. His funeral will be simple, Bruni said. Ladies and gentlemen, there we have it for regional and international news. We will take a short break, but up next we have our first guest for our first show of 2023, Dr. Marissa Carty, and so much more. Stay tuned.
I eat some veggies for dinner. Let me just check the amount of sodium in this can. Oh no, this is too much. Let me try our next option. They did say it's healthy to consume less salt. This is much better. I am salt smart.
As a hypertensive patient, in my home, I reduce salt intake by not adding salt during the preparation of my food, not having a salt shaker on my table, limiting the consumption of salty snacks, and choosing products with low sodium content. That's why I am salt smart.
These teen boys nowadays get me so upset. I see these teen girls with their big bellies and you want to tell me y'all couldn't protect her and yourself? Come on. Now don't tell me no stupidness about you feel embarrassed about getting a pack of condoms or asking somebody for one. That ain't nothing to be ashamed about. You should be proud that you are making a wise decision, but you still have to abstain from having sex with someone under the age of consent. If your boys are pressuring you to have sex and you don't want to, then don't. You are in charge of your life, not them. I heard another one saying it's sweeter without a condom. But my granny always told me, no glove, no love. So let me tell you something. It's sweeter to have money in your pockets and not have to support a child at that young age. Before I say anything else, the best way to prevent teenage pregnancy is to abstain. In other words, no do it. Let me talk to the big men troubling underage girls.
Why you sleeping with your daughter? You not live clean. Your girl at 16 and your daughter at 13. So girl look me, but me no inna that. Big man no deal with back pan back.
You understand where I'm coming from, right?
This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
It is 2023. As with every new year, everyone around the world has been setting their New Year's resolutions, establishing goals, and making list upon list of all the things that they would like to do this year. Our first guest of the day will speak to us about another way we can all continue to ring in the new year. That is by using devotional journals. Dr. Marissa Carty has created not one, but two 2023 devotional prayer journals. Allow us to welcome her back to Good Morning SKN to tell us about the fruits of her labor. Good morning, Dr. Carty, and welcome back to Good Morning SKN on our very first show of the year. Good morning.
Thank you so much for having me here, and Happy New Year to you and your family.
Thank you. So same to you. So what led up to the launch of this journal last month?
Well, actually, it came from a personal experience I was having. I recognized that for a while my prayer life was not very focused. I would wake up, I would have my morning devotions, and somewhere along the line things became very monotonous. The prayers tend to be the same over and over, and I realized that that was not necessarily the best thing for me, especially in terms of trying to improve my relationship with God. As a Seventh-day Adventist Christian, I think it's important for me to have that communication, that connection with God. Prayer has been something that has been a part of my life for quite a long time. If I can share an experience with you, actually, when I was about 10 years old, I had a problem with my knee. Got an infection in the knee, had to be hospitalized. And the doctors actually told my mom and I that if the fluid that was collecting in my knee hadn't gone down, they would have to drain it. I was 10 years old and looking at potentially having a needle stuck in my knee to draw out the fluid. And I was not very happy with that. And I remember that night laying on that bed in the pediatric ward and praying. I prayed and I prayed and I prayed. And the following day, when the doctors came back and they checked the knee and so forth, they told us that they wouldn't have to drain it again. Wow. That was my very first experience of having my prayers answered. And I think that led me to, having this prayer life that I've come accustomed to. I don't subscribe to only having that one-time devotional prayer experience. I talk to God anytime I need to. Yes. But I do find that sometimes that formal prayer time is very powerful, especially when it's done in the morning. It helps you to carry you through the day. And that is what I was experiencing, not having that, that power was kind of waning. And I wanted to find a way to try and strengthen it again. I checked online for different prayer journals, different things that I could use, but I realized that I needed probably to create something that was more meaningful to me, that was specific to me, and that's where I came up with the Power of Prayer journal. So each day, I did it as a weekly journal, so each week has the days of the week, and I have a line, about 5 lines for each day, where I can put something specific that I want to pray for on that day. Okay. And that helps to focus the prayers a bit more for that specific day. Okay. And then I also have a section where I have special prayer requests. What I find kind of interesting is that sometimes you pray and God answers your prayers, but then you don't have anything to go back to remind you of those prayers that He has answered. And I found that, having that little section where I can write that specific prayer request, and then under it I have answered and the date. So I can actually tick it off and write in the date of when that prayer request was answered. And that kind of uplifts, because when you're able to go back and see all that God has done for you over the time, you can truly, improve that relationship and realize that He's always there for you. So that's basically the inspiration for the adult one, which is the Power of Prayer journal.
So we're speaking on inspiration. So since the launch, how has this journal inspired others?
Well, when I launched both of them at the same time. What happened is that when I was doing the adult journal for me, I recognized that helping young people or helping children to learn more about prayer and what prayer is all about, and to help them to improve their prayer life with Christ was also something I was interested in. And so I started to develop the Dear Jesus Prayer Journal for children. What I did with that one, however, was I did it a little different from the adult one, where it's still a weekly journal, but what the children can do is that there are sections where they can thank God for something. There's another section where they can, ask Him for their whatever special requests that they have. But one of the things I included in that one was a section where they can ask God to bless someone. I thought it was important for them to learn to intercede on other person's behalf, pray for persons early, and learning how, they can make a difference in other people's lives. Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet. So what have the adults said? Have they said, Dr. Cathy, we've been through the same thing and we're so grateful for this book. Thank you for writing it.
Well, I still haven't heard from anyone who has actually purchased the journal as yet, because like I said, it's still quite new. So I'm waiting feedback on it from persons. But I did get feedback when I did do the launch of persons saying, congratulations, this is a good step. We're looking forward to seeing what this journal can do for us in our lives. So I did get positive feedback for it.
Okay, so this journal is for the entire year?
Yes, it's 52 weeks for the adult. I think it's maybe a little more than 52 weeks for the children, but you can use it however you want. It doesn't have to just last for the entire year, because some persons may not use it every day, but when they feel the need for that special time or whatever, they may use it. So I didn't really put in any dates or anything in it, because I didn't want it to be too specific. And I want persons to be able to purchase it or get it whenever they feel like and start using it.
Exactly. So they don't feel like they missed all those days.
Exactly.
You mentioned the children's devotional having more weeks than the adults. Why?
I think it's probably maybe just one or so. It's just how it happened. Okay. There was no specific rhyme or reason for it.
I was just saying, okay, maybe she thinks the kids have more time.
No, not really.
So we're busy as adults.
Yes.
How would you suggest that the adults use it and ensure to encourage the kids to do the same on a daily basis?
Right. Find that time within the day that you can set aside to have that personal relationship, that personal time with God. It may not be the same time for everyone. For me, it's in the morning. When I wake up, you do your morning little things, and then you go into your devotional time. For others, they might find it best to do it in the evening when everybody is home, and they can find that time to sit down and do it with it. I don't have any children. I live alone. So, you have to find that time within your day that you find it more feasible for you to have that devotional, that time that you can dedicate specifically to God and have that devotion. Yeah.
Wow. I just like this. There's so much I like about it. So we can pray in the morning, we can pray at lunchtime, we can pray whenever.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it doesn't even have to be a formal prayer where you close your eyes and clasp your hands as they usually teach you in Sunday school. Yeah. Exactly. Personally, like I said, I talk to God anytime, anywhere. If I have a decision to make and I really, really want His input, I just say, Lord, help me, I have this to do. And, it's very informal. Yes. But then there's always, as I said, that time when you want to have that formal, communication with Him. Indeed.
So I know as adults we're procrastinators. How long did it take you to get these two journals together?
Let me be honest. It's been a while. I actually thought about doing the prayer journal for myself for over a year. And then I finally got the opportunity to go on vacation in November. Yes.
Like that, finally.
Well, you know how it has been
yes,
recently,
indeed.
right?
Yeah.
So, and while I was on vacation, I took the opportunity to sit down and just reflect on stuff that I've been going through, my family and so forth. And I thought that it was time for me to put it together. I had the time, and I decided to just sit down and get it done. And like I said, it's not really a devotional where you have this long passage to read or anything like that. It was very simple to put together. It was just a template that I thought would help me, and I decided to share with others by putting it together in a book.
Okay, well, I'm glad that you decided to share, and she will share more after this short break. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Good Morning SKN as we continue this engaging and uplifting conversation with Dr. Marissa Carty. So Dr. Carty, during the break I was asking you, how did you think you writing your devotionals would impact both the adults and children?
Well, like I said, I recognize that over time, prayer can become very repetitive. We tend to lean into one specific type of prayer. You know, when we were children, we were taught to kneel at our bedside and say the Our Father prayer, and then we'll jump into bed. And as you get into adulthood, it can become the same monotonous type of praying over and over. And so what I thought was, if I could find a way to help persons to, or help me first of all, to focus my prayers on specific things. In the prayer journal, what I did was I actually had, I have a space in the journal where you can list the names of friends, family members. I think I had government and government ministries, just community persons. And then also, if you have prayer partners that you know we pray with in church and so forth, you can make those lists. And then every day you can take a name from that and put it into the space in the journal. So then that will help you to be able to focus your prayers on a daily basis. So just being able to focus your prayers so that you're not just repeating the same thing over and over. And I think that would help to strengthen our prayer lives.
Indeed, and it makes sense because I must confess, my morning prayers are very monotonous. Same thing over and over. I remember to pray for the government officials, the leaders, the pastors, Israel, everybody that the Bible tells me to pray for every morning, but it's the same. It's basically the same word.
Yes.
So I'll definitely have to get my hand on that. So I'm not.
I hope you do.
That's monotonous. Yes, I am.
Yes.
So writing can be a process. Tell us some of the highs and lows.
Well, like I said, it's a low content book, so there's not much writing. I did write a preface or forward to the book, just to explain why I thought that this prayer journal was important, and having persons, take the opportunity to improve and strengthen their prayer life through giving thanks, through asking for special requests and seeing them answered and so forth. At the end of the prayer journal for the adults, what I did was I added a section on memory. How should I put it? Memorizing scripture.
Okay.
because I thought that that is also an important aspect of our devotional lives, being able to commit specific passages of scripture to memory.
Yes.
That could also help us throughout the day. Sometimes we're going through situations and one of those passages that we would have memorized pops in and helps us to get through or get over that situation. And so at the end of the adult one, the power of prayer, I added that section. It's 365 promises that persons can memorize as they go through the year, using the prayer journal. For the children's prayer journal, I simply added a text each week that the children can learn as well as they go through using their prayer journal as well. So I kind of wanted to find a way to merge studying the Bible along with your prayer time.
Indeed. And as the kids would say, there's a memory verse.
Yes, exactly. The memory verse. That's it. Yes, yes.
So you mentioned a few of the uniqueness of your journal. Which one stands out the most for you in both?
The special prayer requests.
Oh, okay.
Because I'll always stick to the fact that seeing and your prayers answered and being able to experience the fact that God was the one who answered that prayer for you is an important part in strengthening your relationship with Him. So that having that section where I can write down that special prayer request, leave it up to Him to give the answer, and then when He does answer it, I can, say, okay, it was answered at this time. I think that is the most important part of the prayer journals for me.
Mm-hmm. So I want to know some of the other benefits of incorporating a devotional in your daily life.
Just simply having peace throughout the day, because once you start your day with that devotional time, it sets the mood for how you will go through your day. A lot of times, different things come up during the day that could get you either upset, just get you off of the track that you were going to, but then you remember or something from your devotion pops into your mind and you say, okay, I can go through this. I can deal with this. God will allow me. And then you say a little prayer even then.
Yes, exactly.
And then you go through the rest of the day. So I think having a devotional life, specific devotional life, helps you throughout the day. Now, like I said, some persons may do it in the evenings, but that doesn't mean it cannot help them throughout the following day.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So even though you find your time throughout the day when you can have that personal devotional time, but trust me, it will help you throughout the following day.
It will help you throughout life, I believe.
Yes.
As whenever you do it and as you continue along, it will be beneficial.
Definitely.
So how can one purchase these journals?
Oh, well,
or where?
Okay, so right now they're only available on Amazon. Okay. You can either type in the Power of Prayer Journal with my name behind it so that one comes up. It's like how it's new. It's not easy to find through the search, I must admit. Okay. It is a fairly new publication. So if you do type in the Power of Prayer and then my name, then it will come up as probably the first item on the search.
So the Power of Prayer and your name.
Yes. Okay. And then you can do the same for the children's journal. So just type in Dear Jesus Prayer Journal with my name, and then that will come up as well. Nice. Right now, we don't have any physical copies on Ireland.
How soon do you estimate to have physical copies, though?
I'm still working on it.
Okay. She's working on the master plan, guys.
Yes.
We will have them in hand soon. So can you encourage our audience? We know it's the new year, it's the 4th day in. Some people may already be going through challenges. So can you encourage them to make prayer part of their daily lives, as you say, whenever they do it, and just let them know the significance that it can have as well before we go?
Devotion in general is a very, very important part of our lives. And prayer is that glue that sticks that devotional time to us and the communication with God. So I would encourage everyone to find that specific time during your day, whether it's in the morning, midday when you have time maybe from work, or in the evening with your family. Just find that time when you can sit and have that personal devotional time with God. And I can assure you, it is a guarantee that your life will be better for it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it from the horse's mouth. Dr. Marissa Carty, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for gracing us this morning on our first show, and what a great way to start the show this morning. Nothing but the best for the rest of the year, okay?
I wish the same for you, my dear.
Thank you, and see you again sometime
Thank
again
you.
on GMSKN. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned and much more after this short break.
Hey, my friend, what going on?
Not a thing. I just here cooling under this tree, about to eat a mango or two.
Where you get mango from all now?
Boy, Auntie Rose bring me some mango this morning.
Oh, gosh. What you hit me for?
You give me something to put on?
Girl, you can't just come tempting me with these juicy round pally mangoes and expect me not to want some.
Just because something looks appealing and you want it, doesn't mean you are entitled to it and that you should touch or take it. Your mother ain't teach you manners. Ask for consent first before you touch up the mango them.
But why ask? And if it's dear, it's dear. Just take it. Why ask?
Simple. If it is mine and you ain't asked for it, it is called, wait for it, stealing.
That's true. My bad. Okay. May I please have some mangoes?
I don't know. After that spectacle, I ain't sure I want to give you any.
You see that? But I ask.
Just because you ask doesn't mean I have to give. It is still my mangoes.
So what you tell me ask for then?
Because consent is everything. Had you asked first, I would have been more inclined to give you one. And just because you ask doesn't mean I have to give you. You got it?
Okay, I got it. Now, may I please have some mangoes?
Only because you're my friend and I like you. But that still don't mean you're entitled to it.
Okay, I get it. I get it.
Good. Don't leave your mango skin on the ground, eh?
If you understand the importance of asking for someone's consent for a mango, then it shouldn't be too hard to understand consent when it comes to sex. The power of consent is everything. Ask first. If you or a friend has been sexually assaulted, please call 465-5000 for the Counseling Center.
This message was brought to you by No Judgment SKN and sponsored by the Basic Needs Trust Fund, the Department of Gender Affairs, and the Caribbean Development Bank.
Where are you going? I just mopped the floor and now the chair leaving marks all over the place. Come on, go in bed, see? Sometimes I just can't take you on.
Violence is expressed in many ways. Most, unfortunately, go unreported or unaddressed for many reasons. If you or someone disabled is being abused, contact the police at 465-2241, social services at 467-1314, or the St. Kitts Nevis Association of Disabled Persons at 465-2151, 663-9077, or 663-4116. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO.
no cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom. No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
I eat some veggies for dinner. Let me just check the amount of sodium in this can. Oh no, this is too much. Let me try our next option. They did say it's healthy to consume less salt. This is much better. I am salt smart.
Yo, this is your boy Smiley of the Grandmasters Band, and you're watching GMSKN. Hey, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just make sure you're watching GMSKN. What up?
Good morning, this is Carol from Lux Carnival, and I listen to Good Morning SKN.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN, and once again, Happy New Year, as my glasses would have said. Guys, I did not even remember it was Wednesday. It's hump day. It's Wisconsin's Wednesday. He's still on vacation in Dubai. Listen, I just know it's the start of the work week, and there's me thinking it's fabulously Monday when we are on the hump heading over to Thursday. So we're back, and we are going to learn some interesting words. Have you ever tried expressing a thought, idea, or emotion to someone and just couldn't seem to find the right words? Well, hopefully, this segment I will be introducing to you will be 10 interesting words that you can use to get a few steps, closer to expressing yourself better. So let's begin. The first word looks sort of tricky, but I think it's tchotchke, or maybe not.
Tchotchke.
Tchotchke. Tchotchke. I want to think it's German, or I want to think it's Dutch, but let's see its origin and what it means and how we can use it in our vocabulary. Oh, yeah, tchotchke, an inexpensive souvenir, trinket, or ornament. So I can say I got you a tchotchke from the Bahamas, my cruise. So I hope, folks in GMSK Nation, I hope you'll be using these words as well. So I got you a little tchotchke. Nefarious. Nefarious. I said farious.
Nefarious.
Nefarious. Ooh. Extremely wicked or villainous. Who is nefarious? He was quite nefarious in his actions towards her. There we go. Idyllic.
Idyllic.
I would like to think this is ideally.
Idyllic.
Let me wait for the
idyllic.
Idyllic, indeed. So maybe it's okay. Oh, yes, we do say it's we normally use the wrong word. So using the correct word, we can say, oh, this is the idyllic surroundings that I appreciate. So it means extremely peaceful or picturesque. And the extremely peaceful or picturesque surrounding that I like in St. Kitts is the one that is overlooking, what do we call it, the peninsula? But I climb the second hill, so I like being up there and just looking down at everything. So that is my idyllic surrounding. So our fourth word is Labyrinth.
Labyrinth.
Labyrinth. Yeah.
Labyrinth.
Labyrinth. And this means an intricate combination of paths or passages in which it is difficult to find one's way or to reach the exit. Wow. My experience has been quite labyrinth as I pursue my goal of losing 25 pounds. How about that? So we go on to our fifth word, serendipity. Serendipity. When we think about this, we think about peace, beautiful surroundings. I think about nice food because the Serendipity restaurant in St. Kitts serves up some nice dishes. So yeah. So the occurrence, the meaning, the occurrence and development of events by chance in a beneficial way. Lovely. Serendipity. Oblivion.
Oblivion.
Oblivion. I just think I pronounce all my syllables sometimes harsh. So oblivion, the state of being unaware or unconscious of what is happening. Basically say he's oblivious to his surroundings. So he's just going along or she's just going along, not realizing what is happening at the moment. Like last night, somebody ran into the carnival stage that's right in front of me and I'm like, are you oblivious to the stage? Like, didn't you see this big thing right there? With barriers as well to say you go on this side, but yeah, so he was quite oblivious that the stage was still in the road.
Quintessence.
Quintessence. Quintessence.
Quintessence.
Quintessence. So the most perfect example or embodiment of something. And this word I remember from Quintessentials being here in our 12 days of Christmas last year. Oh my gosh, last year. Yes, we're in a new year. So it's the most perfect example of embodiment of something. Inkling.
Inkling. Inkling.
And that is a slight knowledge or suspicion or a hint. So I have an inkling of what is happening or what is going on. GMSK Nation, I really hope that we're going to use these words in our vocabulary today and going forward. And you know what? I think we should make it our duty to learn a new word every day, memorize it, and use it, and improve our vocabulary for 2023. Who's going to go on that journey with me? Let me know in the comments. So every day we can share our words. And number 9, opulence.
Opulence. Opulence.
And this means great wealth or luxuriousness. There is a yacht out in the water that is opulent. I don't know if you guys notice it. It has a lot of lights underneath it. It's a white yacht. It spends, I think, New Year's here almost every year. I'm not sure about Christmas, so I'm not going to speak to that. But that yacht has such opulence. I'd be like, yeah, one day. And our final word, I think, is mnemonic. I really think it's mnemonic. Yes.
Mnemonic.
So we don't, mnemonic. So we do not pronounce the M, the first letter, that one is silent. And mnemonic simply means something intended to assist the memory as a verse or formula. Look at that, guys. So we all can become mnemonic for the new year. We memorize our words, learn a new word, memorize the word, memorize its meaning, and use it daily in our vocabulary so that our vocabulary becomes, oh my gosh, rich, fancy. I can't find the words, guys. I'm lost for words. So you see, we really need to develop this vocabulary. And on that note, I hope you found those words interesting as I did. And as I said, link me in the comments and let me know what other words you would like us to learn and what words we can learn together daily to improve our vocabulary. Much more after this short break. Stay tuned.
An exotic experience.
I eat some veggies for dinner. Let me just check the amount of sodium in this can. Oh no, this is too much. Let me try our next option. They did say it's healthy to consume less salt. This is much better. I am salt smart.
Hi. If you are a smoker, please pay attention to this message. According to the World Health Organization, there are 1.3 billion smokers in the world today, and tobacco kills 1 out of every 2 smokers. Did you know that there is enough nicotine in 5 cigarettes to kill an average adult if ingested whole? There are more than 7,000 chemicals in tobacco smoke, of which more than 250 are known to be harmful. More than 69 are known to cause cancer, and 16 are classified as Group 1 carcinogens. Smoking kills. Are you ignoring that warning every time you smoke? Please stop. Smoking can lead to severe health complications and even death. It affects almost every organ in the body, especially the lungs and heart. It raises blood pressure, increases blood clots, and increases the risk of stroke, heart attack, and cancer. It is hard to quit smoking, but it is not impossible. Don't let tobacco destroy you. Remember the 4 Ds to curb your tobacco cravings. 1. Delay. Set a time limit before you decide to smoke. 2. Drink water. Go get a drink before you do anything else. 3. Do something else. Have a goodie bag handy of other things to do. And 4. Deep breathing. Take at least 10 deep breaths every time you think about smoking. Quit smoking and live a longer and happier life. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, St. Kitts and Nevis.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Good Morning SKN. And here with us now, yes, I know, see, now my voice wants to go. I had the pleasure of announcing this young lady as she was crowned queen. Yes, folks, we have Miss Shafia Gishard. As I said, she captured the National Carnival Queen title 2022-2023. Happy New Year. Welcome to Good Morning SKN. How are you feeling? You're great. Oh, wow, wow. So how does it feel to be the National Carnival Queen 2022-2023? So when you signed up for this pageant, was this your eventual goal? Oh,
That was just it for me.
Okay. So during the practice session prior to the show, right? Because we hosted, myself and my co-host who's not here today, a bit under the weather. I noticed you had some shoulder pains. Yes. And I was talking to you about that before we started the show this morning. And you braved it out, and nobody that watched you on pageant night would have known that you were experiencing what you were experiencing. How did you overcome, Shafia?
I honestly just had to push the pain. I know I had a goal. My goal was to win, and that is what I intended to do. Despite all the pain, the nerves, I just had to go out and perform at my best.
Nerves where? I didn't sense any nerves. I didn't sense a bit of nerves. She just went out there and she did what she had to do. So when you heard your name called for best evening wear, best talent, best swimwear, were you shocked at the segments that you won? Did you know to yourself which segments you had in the bag?
Definitely. I had a good feeling that I would have captured those segments.
Okay.
So yeah, it wasn't really a surprise.
Ooh, I like that. It wasn't a surprise. So did you enter the pageant willingly, or was this a goal of someone that they wanted to live through you?
Honestly, I always had a dream of entering the Miss St. Kitts pageant, but I just didn't think that it would be this soon.
Okay.
So I got pushed into doing it. I think the support that I had behind me, they motivated me to want to continue to pursue this right now, this soon.
Okay. Good stuff. So you said you wanted to do it, you weren't ready, but you took the advice
and took the chance.
And you are now the queen.
Yes.
So what's next for you now that you're the queen?
Next is for me to go on to Antigua and do Miss JC's.
And defend and bring that crown back.
Yes.
I hope I'm not putting too much pressure on you.
No pressure.
Okay, good stuff. So your plans. You work normally, right?
Yes.
So how does work and being the National Carnival Queen coincide? How do they work together?
Well, my job is very lenient, so I honestly have the time to pursue my duties as queen, so they don't really interfere. It doesn't interfere as much.
Okay. So we're going on to Miss JC.
Yes.
What specific area of pageantry do you think you need to work on to ensure that you capture this crown?
Honestly, interview. I think interview would always be the most challenging aspect of a pageant. So yes, definitely the interview segment.
Good stuff. And mental health. We know this is a big thing around us, right? Yes. Why did you choose to focus on men's mental health and not that of us? Because you know we go through a lot as women.
I think when we hear mental health, we normally think about women. And being someone who's experienced the negative effects that a man's mental health can have on a person, not only that, but an entire household, I felt like it was important for me to use this opportunity to push an issue that isn't talked about enough, one that resonates well with me, and one that should be heard about more.
Good stuff. So, do y'all notice she's working on an interview? Did y'all notice that? I like that. No, your talent. Your talent was out the ballpark. I liked how you portrayed. I like what you did. How important. Let me go a little lower. So you have guy friends, right? So that's not in the street. So what do your guy friends tell you about us dressing up in the lashes and the hair and as you said, we want to give ourselves concussions where we have to hit our head. What have they told you specifically that helped you to put the male perspective in on that talent? Because you really went in with a male perspective. Even the dress, even the way she moved, she went in with a male perspective.
Honestly, they were just telling me they showed me how to act as manly as I could. They showed me how to talk as manly as I could, even though I was shaky with that a bit, but
I couldn't tell. Honestly, I couldn't tell.
They helped a lot.
Okay, good stuff. So what would you do differently that you did on the night?
In terms of everything overall?
Yeah, overall, what do you think you would have done differently?
I honestly, I don't know. I was kind of, I had a lot of issues backstage. I almost took in after every segment. Literally was on oxygen after every single segment. So I don't know what I would have changed.
Well, we couldn't tell. You see, folks, we look at the show, we look at the contestants, we see these ladies come up, they do their best, and we really don't know what's happening behind the scenes. And I could not have guessed this was what was happening, because every time Shafir came up, she showed out and out. So, oh my gosh, sorry to hear, and I'm glad that you're feeling better. Wow. Us women really put on a show, huh? boy, we pretty brave. So, leading up to the show, how early did you start practicing?
About 4 months.
Oh, 4 months, wow.
Yeah, less than that even.
Wow. So, gym time?
Yeah.
What did you miss eating that you couldn't eat?
Honestly, I actually had to eat. I had to gain weight. So that was actually the hardest thing for me. One of the hardest things I had to go through, gaining weight, eating a lot. Yeah.
You drank the protein and all?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Every day, every morning, every night.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I never knew that somebody would have to gain weight, because normally when you hear Queen Show, you know, you're going to tone up and lose the weight.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So how was that mentally for you? Did you feel okay gaining the weight?
No.
No?
I hated every minute of it.
Oh, wow.
It was, no, I hated it.
So the fact that now we are going to Miss JC's, do you have to gain weight, or do you have to just keep it in this level?
I would think I have to gain more weight.
Oh, and then they're just going to tone it up.
Yeah.
Who's your trainer, by the way?
Al.
Okay, Mr. Al, you go, Al. Trainer for the queens. So your talent, how long did you have to practice, to memorize?
It took me about 2 weeks to learn, practice, execute. Yeah.
So what I want to know, how should I say, what experience do you have in acting?
None.
None, wow, and you did so well.
I think it's my dramatic nature.
Okay, love it. And how easy was it to work with your chaperone? Yes, I'm putting you on the spot, ma'am. You know who you are.
It was quite easy. I had a lot of fun, actually enjoyed this whole journey. Like, she made it easy for me. Yeah.
I see you had some nice people around you, including those that were front row, that knew everything. Like, do you know Chef? Yeah, they were ready for you. So, your evening gown won.
Yes.
And we know it's always the red that takes it.
Yes.
So why did your camp pick a black gown, and why did you guys believe that this would be the winning gown?
Well, for me, it was all about elegance.
Okay.
And they had a vision for me. They wanted something different. They wanted my every segment to be different for me. And the black dress was it. They figured that would just be beautiful on me. Yeah.
So is black your favorite color? Or?
Yes, it is.
Oh, wow. Yeah. You wore it well, you walked in it well.
You.
And as I said, folks, we don't understand. I see when these girls were about to trip up, they just stopped, they composed themselves, they stood tall, and they continued.
Yeah.
I was looking at the intricacy of everything. Your earrings, how heavy were those?
Extremely heavy. Extremely heavy.
And see, they walked and made you look like nothing was the problem, y'all. These ladies did extremely well. So you said your camp chose that black gown for you, right? So when you saw it initially, did you feel overwhelmed? Did you think it's too long to walk in? Oh my goodness.
Honestly, I was scared because I know the wind and the slits, I know it would be moving, I know thoughts about stepping on the dress and how heavy it was. So I was actually kind of scared.
Yeah, she said the dress was heavy. I could never guess. I could never have guessed. Wow. So now we're going to talk about that female clown suit stuff. Why did you guys decide to change it?
Change?
Yeah, because it was in a skirt form.
Yeah.
And we know the clown suit is a big, as we would say, a onesie, all in one.
Yeah.
Why did you guys change it? Because you had a little midriff out and everything. Why the change?
The theme this year was about innovation, and we wanted to be innovative with the clown and portraying it in a modern way.
Yeah. Okay, because I even saw you wore your mask on the back. I know most clowns normally do that when they're tired. You just see the mask hanging off the back as well as the hoodie and stuff like that. But that was, and who created that one?
Judith Wallings from Swag and Sway and to Calvin Richardson.
Oh, nice.
And they had 48 hours, less than 48 hours to put together a costume.
And they did that.
And they did it.
Congratulations, Judith and Calvin. Oh my gosh, you guys are a powerhouse. That was lovely. I was blown away by the costumes on that night, for real. The poinciana, we had the pelicanist.
Yeah.
Well, I can't remember the whole name, but the pelican costume. We had, what other costume we had? Boy, I'm struggling here to remember all the costumes. Oh, we had the music costumes. That one Akila wore. And whose costume am I forgetting? Oh, the African water jug with the Chinese. Well, it could be African, but when I looked at it, I'm thinking, oh, Chinese lantern. They look so cute. But these ladies did very, very well. So other than preparing for Miss JC's with your platform, where will you go to speak? Who will you speak to? What can you tell me about that?
Right now, my team and I are putting together a calendar of events that where we would go and speak to the public and men, of course, on my platform and bringing awareness to it.
Okay, any charitable events or any other thing that you can?
Hopefully, as this journey continues, yes, definitely.
Oh, the journey starts and it ends so quickly, though. I know. So your team, is there anyone you want to thank, including your sponsors? You can feel free to do it at this time.
Yes, I would like to thank my entire team: Janet, Kershaw, Vincia, Lester, Angel, Judith, Calvin, the St. Kitts Hotel. Thank you so much. And everyone else, family, friends. I love you guys. Thank you.
And the hype people that were in the front. Listen, those hype people were in the front. Let me tell you, from the start, who's gonna be queen? Javier. They were just, your hype people were the best. Your hype people.
Yeah, they really showed out.
Yeah, they showed up and out. Is there anything, Shafir, you would have done differently this year if you were? Let me phrase it differently. What would you have done this year, given the fact that you think you weren't ready for the pageant?
What I would have done differently?
Differently, yeah. You said you weren't ready, right?
Yeah.
But you went in, you did your best, whatever. What would you have done differently, knowing that you would have accomplished what you have managed to accomplish?
I think starting earlier, training earlier. Going to the gym earlier, yeah, definitely.
Having them feed you cake earlier?
Yes.
Okay, so for hopefuls that are hoping to go into the Miss St. Kitts, what advice would you give them? And what were some of your highs and some of your lows as you prepared for the National Carnival Queen pageant last year?
Okay. For anyone wanting to go into the pageant, I would suggest take the risk. If that's something that you're passionate about, something that you're interested in, and you see yourself going through the struggles of, because it's a mental warfare too, not only physical, it is mental. But if this is something, if this is a dream that you have, something you want to do, I would say take the risk, go for it. You never know what could happen. In my case, I won, so you never know.
We spoke about everything else, but we didn't mention your sponsors, the Royal St. Kitts Hotel.
Yes.
How have they been? How did they celebrate your win?
Well, they have been extremely supportive, encouraging me throughout this whole journey to make sure that I did my best. And thank you guys so much.
Is this the first time they would have sponsored a contestant?
I'm not completely sure.
Ooh, because if it's the first time, guys, look at that. You got your win. You got your win. Oh, well, Shafir, it was a pleasure. I wish you nothing but the best for your reign this year. And all the best. And as I said, I won't put too much pressure on you, but when you go to Antigua, just sweep it. Just sweep it and bring it right back home here where it belongs. And whatever else you may do this year, do well. I hope your platform gets the notoriety that it needs, and I hope you get to help the men in our societies that sometimes we often just push to the back and say they're strong enough, they can do it. But thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Have a wonderful reign. And it was my pleasure announcing the National Carnival Queen 2022-2023, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Miss Shafir Gishard. Stay tuned. We have so much more after this, a short break. Thanks again for coming.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events, from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts. So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Yeah.
An exotic experience.
Yo, what up? It's your boy N Richie right here at Studio 327. I'm here to give you the promo that you guys need because this is something special for St. Kitts. I'm telling you, tune in to Good Morning SKN, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and on Moen Channel 4. Also, I realize nobody else is doing this. Follow the Good Morning SKN Instagram at Good Morning SKN and the Studio 327 Inc. Instagram. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook. This is pretty long, but follow us and yeah.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. Did you know that the earliest recorded festivities in honor of a New Year arrival dates back from 4,000 years to ancient Babylon? That's right. New Year's Day has been widely celebrated for centuries. Many of us celebrate with fireworks and champagne. However, many New Year's traditions aren't well known. So let's go through a few of them. So the first one we will begin on, I think this one is quite known. This one is from the United States. Watching the ball drop. Millions of Americans gather around their television sets or on the streets of Times Square to watch the ball drop at the stroke of midnight each year. Kicking off in 1907 to ring in January 1908, New York Times owner Adolph Och created the event to draw attention to the Times new headquarters. So let's have a look at this ball drop. I hope one day to experience this. So maybe next year I can go to New York and ringing the new year with the ball drop. But I'm looking for the ball to come down the stuff. And okay, so I didn't see the ball drop, but I saw some confetti drop and everybody saying Happy New Year. I like the fact that on the same thing that I was expecting the ball to drop on the same screen, there are motivational quotes to help you through the year. So that's how America rings in the new year. Now we travel all the way to Europe. Yes, guys, come with me. We're going to Spain. So in Spain, eating 12 grapes, yes, 1 to 12. The Spanish start off their new year by eating 12 grapes, which symbolizes each strike of the clock. Excuse me. The tradition started in the late 19th century and is believed to ward off evil while boosting your chances of a prosperous and lucky new year. However, this will work only if you manage to eat all of the grapes in a matter of seconds, since they need to be gone by the time the clock finishes striking midnight. So guys, eat the grapes speedily, but don't choke yourselves. Yeah. So that was Spain. So we will now go to India. So in India, they build a sculpture of an old man and burn it thereafter. The burning symbolizes the passing of the grievances from the old year and makes space for a new year to be born. Wow. But it's normally that way, you know, when somebody dies, a new soul comes into the world, somebody normally gets pregnant. I've proven that a few times over. So now we go to Haiti. So we are in the Caribbean sharing soup. Jamu on January 1st is an actual Haitian Independence Day. Oh, it's the actual Haitian Independence Day. They eat pumpkin soup, so that's soup jamu, because it is a delicacy that enslaved black people were not allowed to have. Wow, the traditions, the traditions. So now, folks, we go once again to Europe and we go to Denmark. Throwing old plates. I like this one. In Denmark, a New Year's Eve traditions like this bring your loved ones good luck. Tradition has it that the more broken kitchenware you accumulate on your doorstep, the better off you'll be. But I want to be part of this, but I don't want to be part of this because I don't want the cleanup guys, but I like throwing plates, yeah. The noise they make, yeah, the crashing sound, beautiful. We go now to Asia. We are going to the Philippines. In the Philippines, they serve 12 rounds of fruits on New Year's Eve. Families in the Philippines make sure to serve 12 rounds of fruits like apples, grapes, and plums, which are believed to represent prosperity due to their shape, which mirror coins. Wink, wink. As for the lucky number, each fruit represents 1 month out of the year. And I taught this for Spain, you know, although they said it basically mimics the 12 seconds. I take 1 grape for each month of the year, but it's their tradition, I can't change it. Now we head over to Mexico. giving the gift of homemade tamales. In Mexico, families gather to make New Year's Eve foods, specifically tamales, which are corn dough stuffed with meat, cheese, and veggies, all wrapped in husk, and then hand them out to loved ones on New Year's Eve. I would love to be in Mexico. I like to eat, so thank you for the tamales. We head over now. We are heading back to Europe, and we stop at Greece. So hanging an onion outside your door. Who do they want to cry for New Year's, y'all? In Greece, it's tradition to hang an onion outside your door, believed to symbolize fertility and growth, thanks to its ability to sprout on its own. That's true. The onion is hung on the door after church service on New Year's Day. So I wonder why after church service though. But imagine I come to your door and I'm knocking, and when you open, you just see me with water streaming down my face. Nothing's wrong with me, guys. It's the onion. But good luck. And now we head over to South America, Colombia, placing 3 potatoes under the bed. Wow. On New Year's Eve, Colombian households have a tradition called aguero of placing 3 potatoes under each family's member's bed, one peeled, one not, and the last one only partially. At midnight, each person grabs for one with eyes closed, and depending on the potato they select, can either expect a year of good fortune, financial struggle, or a mix of both. So which one of these potatoes are the financial struggling potatoes? Because I would make sure that I cheat, move my blindfold, and make sure I don't pick that one out. So Greece and Colombia is making me want to cook, because I can use the onion and the potatoes, get me some mustard and mayo and some peas and carrot. That's a potato salad right there. Indeed. We head over now to Ireland, banging bread against the walls. Now, why are we going to waste our bread, y'all? But it's tradition. To ward off evil spirits, families in Ireland make their way for a healthy and prosperous new year by banging loaves of Christmas bread. Oh, so this is stale bread then, I guess, against the walls and doors throughout the home. So they only use the Christmas bread, guys. They don't use fresh bread. Wow. And there we have it for those traditions. What is our tradition here in St. Kitts for New Year's? We go downtown on Lime, just like how we go downtown Lime for Christmas Eve, or that's the Christmas Eve tradition? What is the New Year's tradition, guys? What do we do? Absolutely nothing. I know in Guyana they normally cook Old Year's. They cook a cook-up that you eat into New Year's, and then they have the little festivities. But I can attest for this Old Year's, I heard the band striking up already for the parade day next year. Well, yeah, for the parade day. Yeah. That's what I heard. Well, guys, there we have it for all the traditions around the world, including us here in St. Kitts. We have so much more after this short break, and we do recommend that you stay tuned.
You see that new boy that just joined the school last week? He brought me a chocolate this morning because I showed him the way home from school yesterday.
You like him?
No, he's just my friend. Plus, he is my neighbor. He asked me if we can walk home together for lunch tomorrow, and I told him yes.
I don't like these big boys. They tend to like to touch girls without your consent.
What do you mean by consent?
It's when one person agrees to give permission to another person to do something.
He is cute though.
Guys, you won't believe what happened the other day with the new boy from school.
What happened?
The other day, while walking home with the new guy, he followed me into my house. I thought it was okay because he seemed friendly and respectful. So I turned on the TV and offered him a soda. We sat in the chair together. Then he leaned over and kissed me. I was so shocked I sat up straight and asked him why he did that. He said he thought I liked him. I told him not in that way.
What? Girl, you should have never allowed him inside your parents' home.
My parents will be very angry if they meet any boys in our home plus kissing me.
Guys, we don't need to be burdened down with teen pregnancy and relationship problems at this time. Boys need to understand that girls are not sex objects.
Remember, You have the right to consent to every activity being performed, from holding hands to anything more, and to change your mind at any time. If your partner does not respect your wishes, this also is a form of abuse. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492, Special Victims Unit 662-7077, Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
No cash, no card, no problem. Jad, embrace the freedom.
各位朋友，大家好. Greetings, my lovely people. I'm Chantel, residing in Taiwan. 12 hours time difference. It's nighttime here, morning time in SK. I'm busy and on the go. However, I always manage to keep up to date with what's happening in SK. All thanks to Good Morning SKN. Good morning SKN. Ciao bango.
So it's hump day, guys. Yes, it is. The day when we have the most fun here on Good Morning SKN. Can you believe that? Fun, yes. To do just that, I will be playing. And well, GMSKN Nation, join in. Karina, Karen, where are my gamers? Join in and help me today. As you can see, I'm solo, so I will be needing your help. We will be playing a few rounds of chain reaction. So play along with me and comment your guesses. So let the games begin. So I'm going to be ambitious. I'm going to wager 200 on the satellite, and I'm going to go with dish. Yes, rich already. Wow. Can I wager 50 on the dish? No, I don't want to do 50. I want to do 200 again. I'm going to be ambitious. I'm going to say dishwasher. I hope I don't go broke, guys. Pray for me. Oh man. So, okay, I'm going to do 50. And I'm going to say dishwash. Let's just do wash, since I was too ambitious before. Okay, I'm going to wager 200 and I'm going to say no, I'm going to wager 100. I'm going to say dishwater. Water. Good stuff, good stuff. Wow. I am going to wager 200 above rail, and I'm going to be ambitious and say guardrail. Guardrail. Please be. Ooh, I'm rich again. Wow. Ooh. Can I do 50 on the water and say catch? I don't even want to say catchment. That might be too long. Catch. Oh. Can I do 50 again and say hold? Yeah. Oh no. Wait, Sana. Wait. Is it Colonial Guard? Is it Colonial Guard? But that don't make no sense. Water. 100. I'm gonna say color. Please be color. Ta-da! I win. Did you win with me, guys? My new year started off right. Jamie, I won without you. Wow. I'm ready for the next one. Ooh, 200 on the shooting. I'm going to be ambitious and say star. I'm rich. Ooh. 50. No, 100. Let me not be cheap. Okay, 50. I'm going to go one above rod. Well, I'm going to go above rod. Fire rod. No. Oh my gosh. Can I do another 50 and says fine rod? Ooh. Can I do 200 and say fish rod? 200. 200. Fishing rod. I still got it. Can I do 100 on the star and say fire? Star fire? Oh my god. Star front, 50? I don't know. Star front. Oh, star 200, star fruit. Okay, so shooting star, star fruit. Can I do 50 on the fruit instead fresh? I'm not sure. Ooh. What? Can I do 50 instead fruity flowers? I don't know. Fruity flowers, fishing rod. That doesn't sound right. At least I'm getting some letters. Fruit fly. Oh. Okay. Fair enough. But I still won. Jamie, look at me. I hope you're seeing this. I'm preparing for your return. My winning streak is up. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna go 50 on the golden and we're gonna just assume that it's goose. Ooh. Wow. Golden goose. We're gonna go 200 above prevention and we're gonna say it's loss prevention. Guys, I'm giving away my money. I'm rich. Ooh, golden goose. Wow, what happened to this golden goose? Did it fall? I don't know. I'm going with 50. I'm only wagering 50 of my monies on the goose, and I'm gonna say fall. Ooh. I'm gonna wager 100 on the goose, and I'm gonna say feathers. Oh, she's rich again. Golden feathers. What? Okay, I'm putting 50 on the feather. Wait, I don't know. I can't. Wait, white? Wait, it can't be white. He has golden feathers. Okay, white. Let's go with white. Let's go with, let's take another 50 and let's say wet. Because I can't figure that out. Okay, we're gonna go with 200 and we're gonna go with the word way. What? Jamie, I hope you're feeling better. And I hope you're paying attention for the new year. I got you. So that's it. No more? And I was doing so well? Oh, alrighty guys. I hope you played along with me. I will be looking in the comments to hear what you said whilst I was playing. Stay tuned. See you on the other side of this break.
Cheers.
An exotic experience.
I eat some veggies for dinner. Let me just check the amount of sodium in this can. Oh no, this is too much. Let me try our next option. They did say it's healthy to consume less salt. This is much better. I am salt smart.
Did you know that there are certain seasonings that contain more salt than you actually need? There are more natural, healthier ways to reduce the salt intake in your dishes by using natural things like onions, garlic, seasoned peppers, and even thyme and merengue powder.
These teen boys nowadays get me so upset. I see these teen girls with their big bellies and you want to tell me y'all couldn't protect her and yourself? Come on. Now don't tell me no stupidness about you feel embarrassed about getting a pack of condoms or asking somebody for one. That ain't nothing to be ashamed about. You should be proud that you are making a wise decision, but you still have to abstain from having sex with someone under the age of consent. If your boys are pressuring you to have sex and you don't want to, then don't. You are in charge of your life, not them. I heard another one saying it's sweeter without a condom. But my granny always told me, no glove, no love. So let me tell you something. It's sweeter to have money in your pockets and not have to support a child at that young age. Before I say anything else, the best way to prevent teenage pregnancy is to abstain. In other words, no do it. Let me talk to the big men troubling underage girls.
Why you sleeping with your daughter? You not live clean. Your girl at 16, and your daughter at 13. So girl look me, but me know in that. Big man no deal with back pan back.
You understand where I'm coming from, right?
This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
For the past few years, Barack Obama, the beloved 44th president of the USA, has released a list of his favorite books, movies, and music. To loosen up, I will review some movies that made it on Obama's 2022 favorites. Hopefully I watch some of these so that I can share in his excitement for them. So the first one is The Fablemans. Oh, The Fablemans. Okay, so that's their last name. You see, guys, from my pronunciation alone, that tells you I didn't watch the movie. So The Fablemans, growing up in post-World War II era. In Arizona, young Sammy Fableman aspires to become a filmmaker as he reaches adolescence, but soon discovers a shattering family secret and explores how the power of film can help him to see the truth. Oh, wow. Wow. I wonder what that family secret was. GMSK Nation, for those of you who would have watched The Fablemans, link me in the comments and let me know what that family secret was. Or I guess I'll have to look on the means that I have to see if I find that. You know what? When I go home, I'm going to check my TV box and see if I have it on there. Or my movie box, I should say. Decision to Leave. No, didn't watch this one either. A detective investigating a man's death in the mountains ends up meeting and developing feelings for the dead man's mysterious wife in the course of his dog, his dog sleuthing. I don't understand this. I don't understand this. But isn't he concerned that she might be the? I'm not gonna say that, but yeah, I thought it. So that's the second one on Mr. Obama's list. Decision to Leave. I have to go look for all these movies. Oh, this was, guys, I didn't get to look at this one. I wanted to go watch it, but I didn't get the chance to. So I'll definitely have to check my movie box, The Woman King. In the 1800s, a group of all-female warriors protects an African kingdom with skills and fierceness unlike anything the world has ever seen. Faced with a new threat, General Nansika, I'll have to say Nansika, trains the next generation of recruits to fight against a foreign enemy that's determined to destroy their way of life. Wow. Wow. I like it when ladies are in charge. No offense, guys. Thanks for being in charge sometimes, but I just like the Black Panther. I just love to see that female army. They all look fierce and BAs. That's all I can say. Yeah. TV friendly. Petite Maman. Oh, no, didn't see this one either. But they look like they're about to have some tubing fun. Nellie, an 8-year-old girl, has just lost her beloved grandmother and is helping her parents clean out her grandmother's childhood home. One day, her mom abruptly leaves and Nellie meets a girl her age as she's building a treehouse in the woods. They look like they found something in their grandma's house. As I said, they look like they're about to go tubing. I wonder what in this stood out to President Obama. Oh, The Happening. Guys, I've not watched any of President Obama's movie, it seems. In 1963, student Anne has a bright future ahead of her, but her dreams of finishing her studies is shattered when she becomes pregnant. As her final exams approach, Anne decides to take matters into her own hands. I wonder what she does. I wonder if she completes her examinations and passes with flying colors. GMSK Nation, I don't know if you realize, right? But most of these movies have a sense of back then in them, so I don't know if that's why they're so relatable to President Obama. President Obama, if you're watching this and you see me making some comments on your movies, link me in the comments, yes. Colloquial way. So let me know, why is it you chose these movies? Yes, I'm putting it out there in the universe because I realize I have a very powerful tongue. Whatever I say happens. So never know, President Obama just might be watching Good Morning SKN. Till. Oh, I've heard of this, guys, but I've not watched it. The Emmett Till story. Yeah, I've seen, I should say, not saw. I've seen infomercials on this movie and some documentaries with his mom as well. So the true story of Mamie Till Mobley's relentless pursuit of justice for her 14-year-old son, Emmett Till, who was brutally lynched in 1955 while visiting his cousins in Mississippi. They said that he whistled at a lady of color, but I heard that was not true. So, when I hear of movies, and that's why I don't watch movies like these, because I don't want to fill my inside with any kind of emotions. So like the middle patches and stuff, I started watching them and I had to stop because I was getting angry. So yeah. Everything, everywhere, all. Why this? Is she an alien? Look at her fingers. This looks weird. Everything, everywhere, all at once. I've not seen this one either, but I'm sure it's on my box. When an interdimensional rapture unravels reality, an unlikely hero must channel her newfound power to fight bizarre and bewildering dangers from the multiverse as the fate of the world hangs in the balance. Okay, fair enough. Sounds a bit superhero-ish. Sounds a bit... Guys, we had one of our superheroes, for those of you that watches Marvel, he got in a snowplow accident, Hawkeye, but I was told he's recovering, so I hope he's doing so much better. So for us superhero lovers out there, let's keep Hawkeye in our prayers. No, I've not watched this either. After Yang. When this young daughter's beloved companion, an android named Yang, malfunctions, Jake searches for a way to repair it. In the process, Jake discovers the life that has been passing before him as he reconnects with his wife and daughter. Okay. I'm trying to figure out who is Jake the guy in the red? Okay, Cortensia, don't do it. Watch the movie and you'll see. Because I'm trying to figure out, because there's an extra guy in there. I'm wondering now if that's the new robot. Not sure. I've not seen this one either. A hero. I have not seen this one at all. Not at all. Wow. And then lastly we have Top Gun. So okay. A hero. Rahim is in prison because of debt he was unable to repay during a 2-day leave. He tries to convince his creditors to withdraw his complaint against the payment for. Yeah, so there's a lot that's, but no, I've not, wow, I have not seen a hero either. So I really have to go through, look over, look for these movies, look over them, and understand why they are significant to President Obama. So his creditors to withdraw his complaint against the payment of part of the sum. However, things did not go as planned. Wow. Wow. And as I was saying before, lastly, we have Top Gun. Well, Top Gun Maverick, let me say that, because there was an original Top Gun, but I know I've not, I think I may have watched bits and pieces of this movie, but I'm a superhero girl, so no, I didn't think I watched it in its entirety. So after more than 30 years of service as one of the Navy's top aviators, Pete Maverick Mitchell begins training a detachment of graduates for a special assignment. In the process, Maverick must confront the ghosts of his past and his deepest fears, culminating in a mission that demands the ultimate sacrifice from those who choose to fly it. And boy, this was quite adventurous. But as I said, I'm not a Top Gun fan. I'm more of a superhero girl. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this morning. Yes, us here at Good Morning SKN. And as we normally say, tune in daily where you'll find a bit of everything for everyone. I hope you called your friends, your families, your cousins, your nieces, your nephews, everybody around the world and told them to tune in this morning. Once again, remember, Jamie is a bit under the weather. Jamie, get well soon. Hopefully, we see you tomorrow on Thursday. So remember to follow us on our social media platforms, including Facebook and YouTube, all at Studio 327 Inc. and Instagram at Good Morning SKN. Remember to like, subscribe, follow, and share. Look, all of these. Yes. Also, check out our website at studio327inc.com to learn more about GMSKN and Studio 327. And my favorite part, leave us a comment and let us know what was your favorite part of today, our first show for the new year on January 4th. Show number 255, yes. And also my 11th month here at Studio 327. Aww. See you tomorrow, guys, on Thursday at 8 a.m. when you will continue your new year and your morning with us right here at Good Morning SKN. As usual, thanks for watching and see you tomorrow. Jamie, feel better.